Welcome to Autzen Stadium in Eugene. Week 6 of the college football season, and our EA Sports college football coverage continues with what ought to be a great one. It's the UCLA Bruins and the Oregon Ducks. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponents, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly.
Let's go. I'm back. It's been a couple of days with me not dropping, but I'm back with a banger right now. We at Oregon at the Loud House, and it's going to get real loud right now. We undefeated coming into this game. Oregon had already lost 2 games, and it's loud as hell right now. The 6th-ranked stadium post in the nation right now. Let's see if Nico and the young UCLA Bruins can go ahead and handle this stadium post environment at Oregon right now. This is probably going to be our hardest test on the schedule. I'm not going to lie. Leading up to this point, we done had a couple scares, but this is definitely going to be the hardest test on our schedule. Definitely going to be the most stadium posts we going to face this year. We go ahead and get the halfback direct snap to Wayne Knight. He goes ahead and gets a first down right here. We got to establish ourselves at the front lines because you know this front 7 for Oregon is going to be the best front 7 we face all year. We really Michigan is probably going to be the other best front 7 we face all year, but I think Oregon got a better front 7 than Michigan's for sure. We go ahead, RPO bubble, pick up 5 yards right here. We got to play a mistake-free game at the Loud House. You know it's going to be loud, so we cannot make no turnovers. We cannot get this environment even more loud, but we got to set the tone right now with the first drive. Nico goes ahead, hands it off, does a read option. Hey, we actually executing the first drive to perfection right now. This is what I need to see. Nico needs to go ahead and find his way into the system and don't go ahead and throw an interception in this environment right here. I don't know how Oregon lost to Boise State at home at the Loud House. If they was able to lose to Boise State, they're going to be able to lose to us because we hot right now. We done won 4 games straight, 4 warm-up games for this game. Them 4 games was really in preparation for this game, but we got to go ahead, back to the ground game right here. Wayne Knight goes ahead, picks up a first down, goes ahead, makes a move right here all the way to the red zone. I'm liking how we started off. I like the balanced attack right now for the Bruins. The game plan has been on point, but let's go ahead. Let's get back to the ground game again. I'm not going to lie, Wayne Knight, he's really trying to win the Heisman first year, but this time Oregon's defensive line gets home, and that's not going to go nowhere but negative. But let's see if we can go ahead and see if we can get something going in the air. And I'm not going to lie, I got to hurry up with the episodes. I got a lot of content to drop with the Bruins Dynasty rebuild, and I'm actually going to be dropping, since y'all got my video to 15K, y'all got to give congrats to me. My first 15K video ever. That's going to be off the mark, but my first 15K video ever for the stadium entrances. I'm going to give y'all the winter version of that video. But right now, 3rd 11 at the Loud House. We got to go ahead and get a first down right here. We can't let this good drive go to waste. Nico at the pocket. He scrambles right now. He's going to just scramble right here, and he's going to get enough for a first down. What a scramble from Nico. That's what he got to go ahead and do, because if he would have made a pass right there, that would have been picked off. He ain't want to make a mistake right here, and he goes ahead and picks up a first down. And I'm not going to lie, the heavyweights of this conference have been kind of weak, because even Ohio State barely able to win a game against Maryland. Indiana that fell off a cliff after their amazing season last year. I don't know what did happen for them in the Dynasty. And Oregon has already lost 2 games. They lost to Boise State and USC. And then USC, even though they had a good streak, they went ahead and got field rushed by Rutgers, but they get to the quarterback right here, 3rd and 18. Bear Alexander able to get to the quarterback, 3rd and 18. The Loud House is going to get real rocking for this. We got to go ahead and not let this drive go to waste. In the pocket, Nico's just going to go ahead, tries to scramble, finds Mizell, but that's not going to be enough. It's going to be enough just for a field goal right here. Hopefully, he should be able to make it. Bagani, he's been one of the better kickers in the Big Ten. This should be a chump change for him, even though we don't even got a fucking meter. This shit is literally see-through, invisible, and they giving them an amazing stadium post. I'm not going to lie, I can't wait until the Rose Bowl because we get the same effect at the Rose Bowl. Because I know I like to build up the Stadium Post rankings for my teams that I do rebuild. And the Rose Bowl got to get back to former glory. There's no reason the most cinematic stadium in the college sport It's not really a stadium post environment like that. But let's go ahead, 1st and 10. They do nothing offensively. We can strike right here. If we get a touchdown right here, we really in business. Mizell goes ahead and gets a first down. Oregon's already scared. If they lose this game right here, they're dropping out the rankings. They dropping out the top 25. And you couldn't have told me that coming into this rebuild that Oregon will be a non-factor. We go ahead, check down to Javion Thomas. He picks up a couple yards right here. He's been doing good work for us as the halfback too. I know this is his senior year, so he's not going to be back next year, but he's definitely going to get a lot of reps as the halfback 2. We got another freshman. He's the halfback 3. This is a really solid halfback room for my first year, but let's go ahead. We go back to the shallow cross right here. I get a little antsy right here. I didn't see nobody open, and Mizell drops the ball. 3rd and 9, another early 3rd and long right here. This is not the position we was trying to be with this drive. We had a chance to really extend the lead. Let's go ahead and try to get a first down right here. Nico tries to throw it off of 1 foot, and Mikey Matthews gets absolutely obliterated. I don't know what the vision was for Nico right there. He tries to throw it off 1 foot. We're going to have to punt the ball back off to Oregon. Let's see if they do anything on offense. Y'all know Dante Moore, he came back for another season, but it's been very disappointing for Oregon. They were supposed to be college football contenders, trophy contenders, and they do nothing again on offense right here at their own stadium. They're doing nothing against the Bruins. Let's see, the Bruins got a good chance to get an upset win right here. We go ahead, halfback draw. Javion Thomas goes ahead, almost gets a first down. I'm not going to lie. I told y'all this running back room is definitely going to be a problem. We definitely got a lot of dogs in the room in my first year, and really the trenches is going to be super lit in the coming years for sure, because y'all know the offensive line recruits, they already recruiting. We got a 4-star Willies. He's definitely coming to the Bruins. I think that's going to be a lock. There's a lot of other offensive line targets that's definitely going to be locked. In my first year, the recruiting trail has been amazing already. We got all the resources to do so, because this Big Ten budget is actually probably the best budget out of any conference, and really that gave me a good boost to give real bags. We giving out real bags to come to Westwood right now. But hold on, we check down right here. That's going nowhere. Number 9 for Oregon, able to break that up. Wayne Knight ain't able to catch that. Let's see, 2nd and 10 right here. We can't just not do nothing. This is a golden opportunity. We didn't have back-to-back golden opportunities. We got to get a score right here. We got to extend the lead. Nico in the pocket. We go ahead, try to find X right here, and that's intercepted. We go ahead, try to do too much, and I'm not going to lie, this offense is not doing nothing against Oregon in these back-to-back chances. We had a chance to really extend this lead, really get some momentum against us in Oregon, and they're throwing up the O's right now at the Loud House. Oregon's defense just stood tall every time. Oregon's offense hasn't been able to do nothing. Oregon's defense has been able to stand tall, and they've been able to capitalize on these mistakes by us. We had a chance to really extend the lead, and Nico is really panicking in his first real big game with the Bruins right now. We got to get it together. Back-to-back interceptions is one interception and the 3 and out. That's not going to do it. When we had a chance to really do something, they go ahead, and Oregon again does nothing offensively. If we can't do nothing on offense right now, we're just sad, because the defense has been holding it together against Oregon's offense. Ain't allowed a single point. We go ahead, check down to Wayne Knight. He picks up a couple yards. We got to get a score right here. I can't believe the sadness. I know this has been an environment. I know this environment is definitely loud as hell, but Nico is literally panicking again. This time we do a zig route. This time we making it a little bit less complicated for Nico, but in his first start against a real Big Ten contender, he's really been very sloppy right now. But let's go ahead. Let's try to go ahead and run the ball with Wayne Knight. This needs to be an easy pickup. It is an easy pickup. Isaiah's a little injured, but we do got some backups with the wide receiver position, so I'm not too worried. But that's ridiculous. Back-to-back possessions where we couldn't do nothing on offense after our defense then bailed us out so many times. Even after the interception, Oregon couldn't do nothing on offense. Y'all know in the second half, I'm going to have to play defense too, so we got to get it together. We definitely got to get it together with the offense. I'm not liking how we started off. It looked like we was going to start off pretty good with that one first drive where we was able to just get a field goal. It was a promising drive. Hold on, he needs to power his way for a first down. I think it's going to be 3rd and inches right here. That Loud House, the O's, the defense for them, they actually stepping up. And this is this is a measure stick game for the Bruins, even in real life, because if they do start off 4-0 like we are starting off in this dynasty, and they able to contend with Oregon, that says a lot. But let's go ahead. We go ahead, hand it off to Wayne Knight. He goes nowhere. I told y'all this offense is getting shut down by this front seven. I think the front seven is starting to wear out this offensive line, and they're starting to get home, and I'm not punting this ball off. I'm not liking how the way this offense is going. Yeah, I know I'm going to have to play defense in the second half, so we got to go ahead and get this first down right here. We go back to the shallow cross. I don't see nobody open, but Mizell is able to pop open. Hold on, get some blockers right here. He goes ahead, picks up a good amount of yardage all the way to the 39. That's exactly what we needed. We needed to keep this drive going. If we can make it 10-0 going into halftime, we got good chances right here. But let's go ahead. Nico goes ahead, makes an adjustment, tries to run the ball, and I'm telling you, Bear Alexander and that other Hawaiian nigga is definitely getting to the quarterback. They not going nowhere. Or Polynesian, I don't know. Y'all know Oregon recruits a lot of Polynesians. I'm sitting in the pocket again. Nico tries to find somebody, finds Wade Knight. He picks up some yardage right here. It's going to be 3rd and 6. At least it's a little bit more manageable. At least we can get this third down right here. Wild House is definitely awakening. The stadium post is definitely there. Let's see what Nico's going to do. That's the right decision that I would need to see from Nico right there. Right decision right there. Able to get the curl route to Mikey Matthews. This is the type of playmaking or the play calling that we need to make. We had a couple poor decisions on 4th downs and on other turnover leading plays, but now that was a good 3rd down play that we was able to go ahead and get a first down on. But let's go ahead, 2nd and 10 right here. Nico and them trying to hurry up, get a touchdown before the half ends. Nico in the pocket again, goes ahead, tries to go to the comeback route. Brandon Fitty Jr. able to intercept it. Nobody's on that right side. It might be an earthquake at the Loud House. They might get real loud at the Loud House. That's definitely a new animation. Let the band play Ducks. Skull Ducks, peekaboo Tom for 83-yard pick 6 for Finney Jr. and the Ducks defense is literally holding it down for them. I'm not going to lie. That's crazy. An absolute house call. Try to go to the comeback route, and I told y'all having Mikey Matthews as wide receiver 1 was eventually going to be a weakness. Mikey Matthews didn't even attempt to go back to the ball. That was an absolute house call. After he intercepted it, nobody was there. Mikey Matthews wasn't going to be able to catch up to him. That's insane. An 83-yard pick 6 for the Ducks defense. They've been the only reason they've been in the game, and they're the only reason they got a touchdown. Nico is literally has 3 interceptions before the first half even over. I told y'all all them interceptions that we done started off with leading up to this game has really been a reason he's throwing so many interceptions now. He wasn't playing clean football leading up to this game. That Maryland game, he had a pick 6 that looked very similar to this Oregon game. And I'm not going to lie, this game, this might be our new big rivalry in the Big Ten for sure. Y'all know this is an old Pac-12 foe. And y'all know we used to play them a lot of times. But y'all know it's similar with the Delaware series because with Delaware, we was doing good our first year in the ACC until Clemson came along. That was a real measuring stick game for us. And y'all know it was a real environment that we never experienced before. But right now, we might have to kick it back off to Oregon. The Oregon offense is crazy. They haven't done nothing, absolutely nothing all game. Even with the 3 interceptions, they've been gifted. But this Oregon defense is absolutely holding it down for them. We're going to punt it off. And really, we're playing the full game now. I have to play defense. I got to go ahead and make a stand for myself because it feels like it's unfair because the AI has been carrying this game. I'm not gonna lie, the UCLA defense has been carrying this game with the AI. That really with all the weapons that Oregon got with Dante Moore, with DeCorian Moore, they ain't been able to score nothing. Only been able to score on a pick 6, and we've been letting them down offensively. Hold on, missed tackle right here, but this is probably going into halftime. I'm not gonna lie, we got to make some adjustments. We're not gonna get the ball coming out of halftime, so we got to get a stop. We got to get the ball and actually do something offensively. We got to talk to Nico. He's definitely cold as hell right now. This is his first real Big Ten contender. They even got that one tight end. I forgot his name. Jamari Johnson, too. They got a lot of weapons on this Oregon offense. I'm not going to lie. So for them to be held to 0 points with this UCLA defense, with the AI pretty much doing all the work, y'all know we got to go ahead and play the full game. Dante Moore in the pocket goes ahead, tries to find a Hail Mary attempt right here. That's going to be incomplete. That's going to be batted down 7-3 going into halftime. This has been a real crazy game. I'm not going to lie. That pick 6 definitely set the tone for Oregon. It's definitely not going to be easy for us to get a win here. We definitely got to come different in this second half for sure. I don't know what we was doing, the game plan, the play calling. I think we was a little nervous coming into this game. The play calling hasn't been on point, and Nico is definitely not benefiting from that. 3 interceptions in the first half. He hasn't been set up for success at all, and we got to go ahead and change that. We got to get the ball back to Wayne Knight. We got to get the ball back to the playmakers because he's cold as hell, and he definitely needs the de-thaw coming out of the second half But y'all see the Red River rivalry. That's a win right here. Is there any upsets? Washington might upset Iowa. Penn State absolutely smokes USC. So USC done lost 2 games. So that game against USC at the end of the year might not mean as much. But let's go ahead and get the ball off right here. Let's see what Oregon's offense going to come out with in the second half. For them to be held to nothing, no offensive points in the first half, that's crazy. Now we got to go ahead and see how legit this UCLA defense is when I'm playing with them. But let's go ahead. I'm going to make a stop right here. We got to make a stop. This is a real turning point in this game. If we can make a stop, get the ball back to the offense, and actually do something offensively, then we got a chance to really come back in this game. Let's go ahead. Let's see. I might send Omosigu on one of the blitz. We go ahead, try to go ahead and make him make a mistake. He goes to the outside, and he goes ahead, finds Jamari Johnson. He picks up a couple yards right here. And I'm not going to lie. I don't know why Oregon is struggling. They have some of the best returning production in the conference, some of the best returning production in the country, and they've lost 2 games to Boise State and USC, a USC team that just got smoked by Penn State. It doesn't make any sense. But really, I'm not going to lie, this whole dynasty doesn't make any sense. Indiana literally lost to North Texas to start off the week 1, but hold on, check down right here. Oregon's trying to get something going offensively. We got to go ahead and stop that. And I thought Evan Stewart was done. I thought he was done. I don't know how he has any more eligibility, but I guess he got another year of eligibility. I think he tore his Achilles or something. I don't know what he tore, his ACL. He didn't play all last year. They go ahead, hand it off, and this time they going nowhere, 2nd and 13. And this is what we really got to do if we going to contend in the Big Ten. We got to limit the run game, and that's what I like to see. One of the strong safeties comes down, makes a play right here to Son James. But 2nd and 13 right here. Let's go ahead and see what they try to do in the passing attack. Y'all know they're going to pass it right here. I think they're going to pass it. Let's see if they can try to go ahead and find a check down with DeCorian Moore or Jamari Johnson. I love passing to Jamari Johnson right now. Dante Moore, hold on. He's struggling. He almost gets sacked right here, and he's somehow able to make a first down, the completion. And really, this is a real storyline game because I forgot Dante Moore used to play for the Bruins his freshman year. He got kicked out of Westwood and went back to Oregon, and he's been a star for the Ducks. I definitely had my doubts because he was real terrible as a freshman, but he was only a freshman when he played for the Bruins, so that's probably why he's in a better system right now with Oregon. And really, if he wants to come back for his senior year, he could go ahead and decide to come back to UCLA if the Oregon project doesn't go nowhere. But we would have to beat him for him to be able to do something like that, so we got to beat him right here. Let's go ahead, 2nd and 5 right here. They go ahead, snap the ball. He's sitting in the pocket. He goes ahead to that outside again, another missed tackle, and we really got to get to that outside. We cannot let them get a touchdown right here. They get a touchdown right here, that might really make it hard because the offense hasn't been able to do nothing. If we at least hold them to a field goal, we definitely still got a fighter's chance. We don't want this game to get into a 2-possession type of category. But let's go ahead, 1st and 10. They might go to the run game. That's what I'm thinking they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. Hold on. We got to make a tackle right here. We got to make tackles. I don't care that we was able to make a hit stick right here. We got to make tackles. One of 88, I don't know where he plays, but he goes down right there. He gets injured. 1st and 10 for the Ducks. They try to go ahead and get a score. They try to make this game, put this game away. We don't want them to put us away. We got to get a stop defensively. The AI been doing a lot of heavy lifting in this game. We came out real sloppy, but we go ahead. Make a tackle right here. That's a good tackle right here. That's going to be a tackle for loss. I ain't going to lie. I like how the defense has been holding up with the run game, though. The pass game, we going to get that shit together. We just got to call different plays, but the run game, that really resides with talent. But they go ahead, play action right here. That should have been a sack. He goes ahead and goes nowhere. I don't know what that halfback was doing. He was trying to get his quarterback absolutely unalive because he don't want to block whatsoever. That would have never flew in my program. 3rd and 12. Let's see if we can stop them to just a field goal right here. Dante Moore, almost said DeCorian Moore. There's a check down. Hold on. They cannot get a first down off a halfback screen. They're not going to get a first down off a halfback screen, and they just going to settle for the field goal. They're not trying to go for it. They're not trying to go for a 4th and 4. They just going to settle for the field goal, and I'll take that because I think we can go down the field and get a touchdown. We just got to go ahead and get the play calling right. We kind of scrambled a lot, especially with all the stadium pulls we was going through. Nico didn't really know what he wanted to do. He was getting a little antsy in the pocket, and they ended up throwing a house call. I'm not going to lie. That was going to happen eventually. With all the interceptions we was throwing, we was playing scary. We wasn't playing how we was playing the first 4 games of the season, especially offensively. But let's go ahead. We can go ahead and have a chance to right our wrongs. This game is still intact. This game is still manageable to win. But let's go ahead. Can't make any more mistakes in the second half for Nico. He goes ahead, play action, the wide receiver in, goes ahead and finds his man, Mikey Matthews. That should have been a face mask. They need to call face mask for that. But we go ahead and pick up a first down right here. Y'all know the Stadium Post is not going to let up. This is a top 10 Stadium Post in the nation. We go ahead. Wayne Knight gets a couple yards on the run. We got to get him going, but he's a little injured, and the defensive front seven for Oregon is not making it any easier. This offensive line, y'all know, it's 80s all around. This defensive line for Oregon, they got nothing but 90s and 5 stars. We go ahead and double slants right here. That's an easy catch for 0. I think there's Leland Smith. He goes ahead. He was one of the transfer wide receivers, and he's probably the wide receiver that comes in for Aiden Mizell, who, I ain't gonna lie, Mizell's really been putting in work. We got a lot of backup receivers out there, because even Samaj Morgan, he don't start, but he's out there too. But we got to make the best of what we got. There's been a little bit of injuries, but we can't use that as an excuse. That's not an excuse for 3 interceptions and a house call. Wayne Knight tries to go somewhere with that. He only picks up 2 yards, 3rd and 2. We got to pick up this 3rd down. This is crucial as hell at the Loud House. It's going to get real loud on 3rd downs. Let's go ahead. I'm doing an RPO bubble. Let's see. It's really nobody on Samaj Morgan. He goes ahead, follows his blocks, makes a spin move. Hold on. He might be able to take this one all the way to the 10. He might need to get some more playing time. Samaj Morgan making his presence felt in this game after coming in for the injured Mizell. That's what we need to see. I ain't gonna lie, I told y'all he was the Michigan transfer. He might need to get some more playing time. Wayne Knight to the crib. Let the band play. Bruins, it's not over at all. Tie game right here at the Loud House. This might be a cinematic finish at the Loud House. Let's go. I told y'all, this reminds me of the Delaware versus Clemson series. Every time that I did good in a new conference, even though this is not a new conference for the Bruins. This is my first time rebuilding. This is my first year. So this is kind of like the measuring stick of how we going to do with the Big Ten. And y'all know when Delaware did good for the first time, y'all know Clemson came out of nowhere. We had to play at Death Valley, and it was kind of a rude introduction. It was kind of a start of a great rivalry, and it was really a cinematic finish, just like this game might turn out to be. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a stop on defense, if we can go ahead and stop this Oregon offense. Oregon kind of getting it going offensively. We got to go ahead and put a halt to that. I'm not going to lie. AI kind of did all the heavy lifting for us in the first half defensively. I'm not going to lie, because we gifted them hella interceptions. They couldn't do nothing on offense, but now I got to play defense right here, and I got to go ahead and lock down all these receivers and all the targets they got. They go ahead, run game right here. That goes nowhere. 88, he was injured. He comes back into the game, and he making his presence known. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a 3rd and out right here. We got all the pieces defensively. They've been playing good in prior games, but we got to go ahead and make it work against one of the best offenses in the country. They go ahead and motion out the running back. He's Dante Moore in the pocket, goes ahead and finds somebody right here, finds number 7. He goes ahead, Evan Stewart again, gets a first down. He's been doing work out of the slot, gets another drag, and we got to switch it up a little bit. It's a lot of targets right here. If they in known passing downs, we got to go ahead and send some more people in the zones, because they got too many targets, and we really can't play them man. But let's go ahead. Let's see what they're going to do. They're taking forever. Now I go ahead and jump off sides, and they go ahead. Hold on. He making somebody miss, but I already jumped off sides. So here West goes ahead, jumps off sides, and they're going to pick up some yardage regardless. But let's go ahead. We got to mix up the coverage. We cannot give them what they want to get right here. They're trying to take all these little short passes to be able to just claw their way to the end zone. We cannot allow that. We cannot allow them to keep getting in short yardage situations and being able to do whatever they want. They go ahead, halfback draw right here. That catches us off guard, and they go ahead and pick up some more yardage. Another first down for the Ducks. I'm not going to lie, the Ducks, they would have to really run the table if they want to make the college football playoffs for real. And it starts with the Bruins. So that's why they really taking this game very serious. I can't believe they got blown out by USC at USC. I didn't know USC had that in them for sure. I really thought they was never going to be able to beat Oregon, but they was able to beat Oregon this year at the Coliseum. But let's go ahead. We got to get a stop right here. USC ain't on nothing either, because they just lost to Penn State. Really, this whole Big Ten is very open right now. The only top team that hasn't lost has been Ohio State. So if we win this game right here, us and Ohio State would probably be the top 2 in the Big Ten Conference standings for sure. But let's go ahead, 3rd and 9 right here. Let's see if they're going to snap the ball before the break. They go ahead. He's throwing the ball. He goes ahead. I don't know why we was pressing. Pleasant's ain't able to catch up to him. DeCorian Moore gets a touchdown to end the 3rd quarter. Let the band play. Ducks, go Ducks. That's what we get for playing man. But it's crazy because Pleasant is a 99 speed. I thought he was going to be able to catch up to Decorian Moore. I thought we could play man on that possession, and we get burnt. The first time we try to play man, we get burnt. That's why I was playing so much zone. I don't know if it's because I used the Pleasant too early, but he got burnt right there. Decorian Moore, the sophomore, he was a monster as a freshman, but he's a sophomore now, and he's making his presence known in this game too. I ain't gonna lie, this wide receiver attack for the Ducks is definitely OP as hell, and we're having problems right now. They get a touchdown before the half ends, and now the pressure is on Nico and the UCLA offense to respond because we haven't been able to get a lot of touchdowns. Really, offense has been at a premium, and we got to go ahead and get a touchdown right here with all this loud noise at the loud house. This is our first real road game for sure, and we got to go ahead and make this shit count. We've been squandering so many opportunities offensively. Now is not a time to do another interception. Another turnover will really seal the deal. We got to go ahead and get a touchdown right here. Wayne Knight goes ahead, almost gets a first down, but he's injured a little bit. I don't know how much more running he could take, but let's go ahead back to the shallow cross. I have been using the shallow cross a little too much. I've been getting a little predictable in my play calling. Nobody's open right here, and I told y'all that's what happens when you overuse too much of the same play in this game. In the previous game in 26, I used to be able to do that shit all the time, but a third down right here, we got to go ahead and pick this up. This has got to be a hat-on-hat football. We're going to do a direct step with Javion Thomas or get the ball off to Javion Thomas. There we go. He's a healthy running back coming into the game. That's the perk of having multiple running backs that know what they're doing. Javion Thomas, he's been in the system for a long time. He knows what he's doing, and this is a high-pressure moment right now for Nico and his offense. Let's go ahead. I go to the just halfback wheel. Nobody open right now. I try to find Javion Thomas. He was really open, but Nico is really flustered right now. He don't know what to do. He's seeing ghosts right now. That's a pass he should be able to make, and he really just oversells him right there. But let's go ahead, 2nd and 10. Let's see what we can do. It's too much stadium push right now. I really want to go ahead and make this a more easy possession, easy plays for Nico, but the play action, I can't go to the play action right now. The play action is not working. Play action cross, all that I used to run with Delaware, that shit's not working. I'm trying to switch it up, but we can't do a play action. We switch it up right now for this 3rd and long. Nico's trying to find somebody. He tries to find R1. That should be a flag on him. Yes, they gonna call the flag on 6. That's exactly what we needed. He was in the way, wasn't trying to make the UCLA receiver get a catch right there. That needs to be called every time. Hey, shout out to the refs extending this drive, making it a first down. We still got 4 minutes in this game. We can easily get a touchdown right here. We go ahead. Javion Thomas goes nowhere. The defensive front, Oregon 7, is not going nowhere at all. They definitely making us think in this matchup for sure. We cannot run the same plays we was doing against them lower tier Big Ten schools like Purdue. We was running plays like that against Purdue and it was working, but that shit's not gonna work against Oregon. Again, Nico gets assaulted again. He ends up throwing a pass that looks like you trying to skip a coin on water. And again, the 3rd down again at the loud house is gonna get real loud. Nico in the pocket again, tries to find a drag. This might be able to get a first down. Samaj Morgan barely doesn't get a first down out of that. 4th and 2. We could go with any type of game. We could go with the ground game. We could do the read option. We could try to pass it right here. But 4th down again at the loud house. We got to make something happen. I'm waiting patient this time. We try to throw the pass, and that's incomplete. That's batted down. We really could have tried to go to the drag, but I think that was on everything. That was just a bad, poor-ass play call right now. Dante Moore and the Oregon offense is back outside boys right now. They got the ball right here. They got a chance to finish the game. They go ahead. They got a touchdown possession lead. We got to go ahead and get a stop, force a 3 and out right here. We got to get the ball back to Nico and them, and I really don't even know if Nico is even in the condition right now to be able to try to get a game-tying possession, game-tying touchdown right here. He's just going through it, but back-to-back stops on the run game with the UCLA defense, and now we got a chance to get the ball back to the offense. Let's see if we can do it right here. They go ahead, and we wouldn't have to waste any timeouts, too. That's another plus, but we got to go ahead and get a stop right here. It's a 3rd and 11. This is damn near the ball game. They do a check down. Just get a tackle right here. That's what we needed. We could really, though, we don't even need to call a timeout. We got the 2-minute warning. They go kick it right back off to us. We got another chance, another possession. I ain't gonna lie. The defense has bailed us out this game. Y'all can't say that this UCLA defense isn't a Big Ten defense. This is definitely a Big Ten defense. I ain't gonna lie. In my first year, this is already a Big Ten defense. And really, when I get all my recruits in, this is really gonna be a Big Ten defense. But I'm real proud of how they done came to play. Even with that one touchdown they gave up, it's really been the offense that has been struggling. They've been struggling with the stadium post. They've been struggling to really do good play calls. Samaj Morgan gets a couple yards right here, but this is it. This is the last chance chance for Nico in this offense, last chance for the Bruins to be able to make a tie game, try to get this game into overtime, or potentially just try to go for it. Because with Nico battered like he is right now, I don't think he's going to be able to make an overtime. He's already injured right now. He's already frustrated. He goes ahead and throws the interception on a check down. 44 is probably going to take this one to the crib. Nico tries to get there. That's not going to be enough. He is only going to tackle him, but he's tackling him when he's in the end zone. Let the band play Ducks. Go Ducks. That's going to close it out. Nico goes ahead and makes another poor decision. 4 interceptions on the game. I ain't gonna lie, I got real frustrated right here, and I just try to find the check down with Thomas, and that was not going nowhere at all. 44 is gonna take this one to the crib, and that might do it. The Ducks defense has really held them down for them, and I know they done lost 2 games, but if they go on a generational run and don't lose another game, they might be back in the playoffs. They go ahead and get a touchdown right here off another pick 6. That's crazy. The difference has been the 2 pick 6s. It would be 10-10 if we didn't do them 2 pick 6s, and that's really the difference in this game. But that's crazy. We really gonna go out like that. The UCLA defense did so much just for this UCLA offense to literally throw interceptions anytime we needed a score, and we had so many possessions, so many chances to tie the game up. Just for us to keep squandering it like that, we deserve to lose this game. I'm not gonna lie. They go ahead chase down with the tight end, but I don't know if any of that's gonna be enough. I don't even know if Nico needs to be out there because he might get a severe injury right now. But let's go ahead back to the play action. Let's not go out sad. We can get a touchdown right here. And Nico again assaulted. I'm not gonna lie, this offensive line is starting to wear down too. I know it's been a lot of bad decisions from Nico, but this offensive line can't hold up with the defensive front from the Oregon Ducks. I'm not going to lie. All the recruits that we getting right now, that's definitely going to be helpful in the future because we definitely need offensive line help. We pick up a first down with Javion Thomas. We're going to have to scramble to the line of scrimmage. We still got all 3 timeouts, so I guess if we do get a touchdown right here, we will still have a chance to, if we want to just go ahead and punt it off because we have all 3 timeouts, but we go ahead, try to throw it. It's almost intercepted again for a 5th time. He got assaulted again, almost intercepted again, and it's not looking good. I don't even know if we'll be able to get a touchdown right here on this possession. I'm just keeping it real. Nico is really battered. Our backup quarterback, y'all know he's not any better whatsoever. He's absolute garbage. He's like a 70 overall brown shirt, so he's not doing nothing. We go ahead. Nico goes ahead and gets woo-sticked and lose the ball. Another turnover from Nico. That's his 5th turnover on the game. That's going to do it. If it wasn't already over, it's now definitely over. Oregon's going to win it right here at the Loud House. Nico got woo-sticked again. Another turnover from Nico, and he really shouldn't have been out there on that last possession. It was already clear that he wasn't going to be able to do nothing. He's already injured, and he tries to run it right here. I couldn't even slide fast enough. Just gets popped right there. I was that number 19. Somebody was really able to make a play, and I know Oregon's trying to get another touchdown right here, but I'm not going to get them the satisfaction of doing so. They go ahead, you do a run play right here, get a tackle right here. I ain't going to lie. We still got all 3 timeouts. I'm going to use all 3 of my timeouts, but it's damn near about over. I can't believe it. Nico and them, the offense was just not on par today. I'm not going to lie. The defense stepped up, and we definitely going to make some adjustments if we want to be real contenders in the Big Ten. Even though this was a good game for us, even though this was a measuring stick game for us, we definitely came to play. A lot of people before the season, they probably wouldn't even think UCLA could play with Oregon, so it's a lot to be proud of. The UCLA defense definitely stepped up, so I'm definitely proud of that side of the ball, but I know it's too many mistakes. It was a lot of bad play calling by me too, but it was a lot of mistakes that happened. We had a real chance to win this game. That's why I'm probably more disappointed than not. But they go ahead, run the ball right quick. UCLA is going to have another opportunity to get the ball, but it's not going to matter. I'm subbing Nico out the game. He doesn't need to be in the game no more. He's going to get severely hurt out there. He just caught a wool stick out of nowhere, and he's definitely scrambling. But he needs to go ahead and just get ready for next game, not get injured again. I'm subbing him out immediately, but y'all see why I didn't sub him out, because the backup quarterback, he's a 70 overall. He's a brown shirt. He wasn't going to be able to do nothing against this Oregon defense at all. We take it to check down to Javion Thomas. Let's go ahead. There's really no point in even scrambling, but we're going to get a couple plays off. We really got to go ahead and just get Nico out the game. We do a play action right here. We try to throw the ball. Let's see if Nico can make that completion, and that's not going to happen. Layland Smith wasn't able to catch that. This game's about over. The Loud House was definitely a real environment for us, but we're not going to be sad, though. This was really a house money game for us. If we won it or if we lost it, it really wouldn't have mattered. Our schedule is really not that bad, and somehow Mikey Matthews was able to get that completion. But that's going to be the last play of this game, and we really can't let our heads down. I'm not going to lie. We can't put our heads down because we really got a lot to look forward to in this rebuild. I'm not going to lie. This is always one game that humbles us, and this was the game that humbles us. We was on cloud 9 for undefeated games, and we had to get humbled real quick. But this is definitely going to be a turning point moment for us. It's going to be a learning curve for sure in the Big Ten. But it was nothing to really let us down for sure. We think we really competed in this game. We really had a chance in this game, more of a chance that we might have even thought coming into the year. So I cannot be mad. I ain't gonna lie. Nico did try to get a tackle right here. They definitely had a real moment right there on that pick six. Them 2 pick sixes right there were damn near lit. I'm not gonna lie. For the Oregon defense, they definitely stepped up in big time for sure. But we got to go ahead and not let our heads down and get to the next episode.